Remember the days when the Wolfenstein 3D engine was the hottest thing around? With Apogee software publishing classic FPS titles from Jam Software and a little known company called id. Well, in a possible alternate timeline, Apogee continued releasing FPS, so that Hocus Pocus, instead of a 2D platformer, actually came before Heretic. And that's really what Wizordum feels like. In a kind of 1992 alternate timeline when Doom still hasn't happened. We're giving it a look in its early access state to see if it's worth your hard-earned doubloons. The story goes that Terra Bruma is seeing chaos reign free ever since the ancient seal has been shattered, and almost all the mages of the Wizordum Sanctuary have been killed. As one of the last of your kind, you must embark on a quest to restore the balance of powers before chaos takes over the entire kingdom. Well, there's not much to the story, obviously, but just a good premise to go out and start spellcasting some goblins. In the early access copy we had early access to, alright, sorry about that, there are about 5 levels completed, 5 different weapons, and several types of enemies to dispose of. While 5 levels might not sound like that many, well, make no mistake, they are sprawling. Each level is made up of several floors you have to explore to grab keys, activate levers, kill 300 or so enemies that just won't be ignored. The devs clearly spent some time balancing things out, since every enemy can be dangerous, especially when it's a little pack of 2 or 3 of them. You have to constantly be on your guard, often look behind you as they tend to sneak up and drain you of 30 health points in an instant. Well, good thing you're not defenseless. We start with a magic maze, which, well, might not really feel very wizard-like, more like an accent maybe, but yeah, we'll allow it. Along the way you'll get 2 rings that emit magic flames, a staff to freeze your enemies, a pistol, and magic balls. No, not the one in your pants. These are magic grenades that can be thrown like bowling balls. The levels do require you to pay attention, since missing a lever or a button to press is quite easy. Keys are more or less easier to find along with the gates that they open, but once you start getting underground, and trust me, you will do a lot of that, the caves can be a bit more confusing. At one point I wished that I wouldn't be left to wander directionlessly in the sprawling maps, but actually had a way to tell where I would be heading next. Well, lo and behold, the devs later added a little sparkly indicator in the map to signal where to go next. Wow, I can't even complain about something and then they go and fix it. What a shame. Anyway, it wouldn't be a classic Apogee FPS without points, right? Well, there is a lot of treasure to collect in Wizordum, which doesn't really have an in-game use. It's just there for those gamers who want to compete for leaderboards, high score points, so that kind of good things that we used to do in the good old days. Well, okay, leaderboards are still a thing, so I guess we do that today as well. The way the levels are designed, they seem to be made for speedrunners to go through and finish in the quickest time possible. There will be secrets too, so definitely be on the lookout for those. Along with treasure, there are a lot of different items to grab. For example, health restoring items, there's the usual potions and food, but you can also drink from wells or even grab fruits off little trees or plants. You can also search corpses for loot, whereas before you had to just destroy them, now you can just interact with them and be respectful. Or, well, you can also smash them anyway, no one is judging. Do your thing. Graphically, the game does feel like it truly belongs to the early 90s, even though, yeah, slightly updated for modern convenience. So no, you won't be playing at 320 per 240, have no fear. The engine runs smooth as silk, even in the busiest combination of enemies, items lying around, and scenario elements. Sound effects? Mwah, true adlib gold. And if you recognize that reference, yeah, probably time to call your doctor for that prostate exam, sorry about that. Anyway, Wizordum feels like a possible missing link between Wolfenstein 3D, Hocus Pocus, and Heretic. Sort of full-on 1992 experience, which feels different from many boomer shooters of today, since it does aim for a very specific niche. The mechanics all work as they should, the devs have spent clearly a lot of time playing the old games, and have nailed that feel perfectly, with a great balance of difficulty, since even the medium skill can offer a fair challenge. So, if anything in this review sounded familiar and even good to your ears, then Wizordum will definitely entice you. It's a kind of magic, ain't it? We are scoring Wizordum 8.5 out of 10. Wizordum is a magical throwback to classic pre-Doom shooters with a fantasy vibe, rich with character and with a perfectly balanced difficulty. Don't miss out on it.